We will be going to the press conference shortly from Southeast Alabama Regional Airport. You're listening to 103 Country, WAAL.
What I'd like to start out with before we start doing the interview is I would like for you guys to pick out 2 reporters to go out to the with the other reporters. You can't there, it's just it's too difficult. If you guys amongst yourselves will pick out that's about it. Have you guys already picked somebody? Not yet? Okay. You want me to pick? You want me to pick? Will you guys share? You got to promise. You got to share what you got with the other reporters. Okay? You can go. Gray shirt. Any of the young ladies want to go? I'm not gonna, you want to go? You can go. All right, so there's your 2 reporters, and everybody share. All right, just to get you started, my name is Butch Wilson. I'm with the National Transportation Safety Board out of Atlanta, Georgia, Southeastern region, and I'm the investigator in charge for this particular accident. Whenever you're ready, I will give you an opening statement, and then you folks can ask a few questions. Don't ask me about the cause, probable cause, because you're not going to get an answer, because I don't know yet. And we'll go from there. I would like to open up and state that the county and the airport authorities have been wonderful, have been very helpful, and have been, without them, we couldn't have gotten as far as we have today. And I'm sure they'll be just as helpful tomorrow. On June 26, 2011, at 16:55 or 4:55 year old's time, Central Daylight Time, a Claiborne Robert R. amateur-built experimental airplane called a Barracuda. Its registration was November 289 Delta Hotel. Collided with trees while on approach to runway 29 at the South Alabama Regional Airport. The private pilot was killed, and the aircraft was destroyed by impact and post-crash fire. The airplane was registered to Claiborne Robert R. and operated by the private pilot under provisions of Title 14 CFR Part 91 with visual flight rules. Visual meteorological conditions did prevail at the time, but no flight plan was filed. The flight had originated from this airport at about 16:25 for a local familiarization flight. He was returning to the airport at the time of the accident. Questions? No questions.
Any calls made back to the tower or anything like that?
The tower wasn't open at the time, so no. We did have some witnesses who saw the accident. We talked to 2 of them today. I think we got at least 1 more to speak with. They basically said the airplane was on downwind for runway 29, and while it was turning base, which is just going cross runway heading, while it was turning base, its nose was high and the airplane appeared to be slow. Then it dropped off on its left wing and went into the trees. Fire and smoke preceded that, and they called 911 and went out to see what they could do to help.
On that particular aircraft, is there a history on Barracuda and the as far as accidents?
The only what I've been told by the builders or by the manufacturers of that aircraft or the people who provide the kit is this is the first fatal accident they've had.
How many hours did this pilot have?
That we don't know yet. We're still looking into that.
Is the airport open right now?
Yes, it is. Any other questions?
You said you don't know what caused it. Is there something? Is there a million possibilities it could be to cause what happened in the crash?
Well, I wouldn't exaggerate that much, but the situation is that with the aircraft as destroyed as it is, burned up, it's very difficult to reconstruct that type of an accident. We're doing the best we can, and it's going to take some time. At this point in time, I don't know what caused the accident, and I probably won't know for quite some time simply because it is so difficult. Fires are very difficult to put together, and a wooden airplane makes it even more difficult.
Do you guys investigate very many of these involving wooden airplanes, or?
Most aircraft nowadays are made out of metal and aluminum. There are a few that are made out of wood. It really doesn't matter what it's made out of. They're very airworthy and they fly very well, whether they're wood or metal. Unfortunately, wood airplanes tend to burn more severe than metal airplanes do, and that's why it's more difficult.
Had the aircraft landed here already, or had it taken off from here, or was it just on this?
On this particular flight, it had taken off on runway 29 and was just going out to do some, I think it's been a while since he's flown the airplane, so my understanding was he's going to fly it around for 20 or 30 minutes and then bring it back. And then once he got back, he was going to go to Arkansas.
So the aircraft was based here?
No, sir, it was just parked here for a while. Apparently it had a previous incident back in May, and they had parked it here from May until now.
What type of incident?
The pilot that flew it in on May 6th had one of the landing gears that wouldn't come down, so he ended up bringing it in on 2 gear, damaged one of the wings, and a little bit. He did a very good job bringing it in, by the way. Minor damage to the aircraft, but the current owner or current person made repairs to it and was ready to take off and take it home, which I believe he lives in Denver. Anything else?
Can you talk about what the prior problems were as far as, do you feel like they had anything to do with yesterday's accident?
I can't rule out anything at this time, and I won't. So I can't answer that, whether they had any issues with it or not. They will be looked at, and we will certainly review them.
I know that one end of the runway is referred to as the 29, one end is referred as the 11. His direction of travel lead you to believe that he may have been experiencing any trouble, or was he operating to a normal flight pattern?
He was operating a normal flight pattern. They were just using runway 29 yesterday, or Sunday.
Has a notification of his family been made?
I can't answer that question. I know that the authorities have tried. Whether they've been successful, you might ask the sheriff. I can't answer that.
You may have given this, but do you know the time he took off and then the time that the call was received?
The time is an estimate right now because we're getting conflicting reports from the witnesses. Right now, we're estimating that it was about 4:25, 4:30, somewhere around there.
Is there any evidence that there was structural damage to the prior incident to the wing structure and fuselage of the aircraft?
Not that I'm aware of. We talked to the mechanic who looked at the aircraft and did some work on the gear, did some testing of the gear, and the damage was minor. Okay.
Are you aware of any other crashes here at the airport that have been fatal or in and around this airport?
I'm not aware of any, no. I know there have been some other incidents, but I don't think there have been any fatal accidents, but I haven't gone back in the database and looked. Anything else? All right, that'll end this interview. Thank you very much, gentlemen.